Welcome back, YouTube family. I know y'all need some deep healing. I'm Kamara, and I'm here to give y'all some. I am going to be talking pendulums today. So we're going to be talking traditional pendulums and healing pendulums. I have 3 of my pendulums, or my 3 pendulums here. So I'll be talking to you guys about those and what they do and what I use them for. So the way I got introduced to pendulums is when I was in massage school. I was really lucky, like I said, with my school. We learned both Eastern and Western modalities. So we got to learn about like traditional Chinese medicine and acupressure and acupuncture and, more spiritual things. And we learned about pendulums, and I was mind blown. I was mind blown when I first saw, the power of the pendulum. So a pendulum is an amazing divination and healing tool. It's been around since our ancestors were using pendulums. So we're going to talk first about traditional pendulums. So I have 2 traditional pendulums. This is my first pendulum. It's a rose quartz with the chakra beads on the end. And it's cracked. Both of my traditional pendulums are broken. So I used to live in a place with concrete floors. Like the last 3 years, my place had concrete floors. So when these get to spinning, when the energy is really intense and it's spinning out of control, sometimes it'll fly out of your hands. And that's happened with both of these. And they both suffer the fate of the concrete. But there's this one, and then I really love this one, but it's heavy. The crystal is huge. I don't know what type of crystal it is. It is some long word that starts with an A, I believe. I know it's not clear quartz, but I love this pendulum. It has all these facets on it. But these are my 2 traditional pendulums. So you can use these pendulums for basic yes or no questions, or the answers to basic yes or no questions. That's just general dowsing. You can also use these for communication. I actually communicate with my plants. So I name all of my plants. I've told you guys I have about now maybe, I want to say 40 to 50 plants. So I use these to communicate with them. I name them. So I ask them, do they like their name? Sometimes they're like, no, and I have to come up with something else. I ask them, do they like their location when I move them around? I'm always redecorating and moving things around. So I have to ask the plants, do you like this location? Do you want to be moved? Do you want water? Do you want more light? Whatever, but you can use it to communicate. You have to understand that crystals, everything that's natural pretty much has energy. So this has a life force, and you can tap into the consciousness of the crystal, the pendulum. And then same thing with the plants. If you understand that plants have a life force, they can communicate subconscious and conscious energy. So you can purchase these in any crystal shop or spiritual shop. Never purchase these online. So I wouldn't purchase these online because, and they should tell you this if you go to a shop, but you have to ask the pendulum if it will accept your energy. Is it okay if I take you home? So you can't just go grab one and then leave. That's not how it works. I actually had a friend who I took her to get, I take a lot of people to get their first pendulums, but I took her to get a pendulum, and she probably tried 30 pendulums, and none of them would accept her energy. And sometimes that just means you're not ready. You got to work that out with your higher self. I don't know why you're not ready or why you wouldn't be ready, but everybody's not ready. You could be too young spiritually. My daughter, she is just starting to be able to use, you know, this necklace that she wears as a pendulum. So, you know, you have to be ready. So just understand that. So what this will look like, let's say you go to a spiritual shop and you see a pendulum or a stone that resonates with you. So you're gonna pick it up and then you're gonna hold it between your fingers and just keep your arms stiff. Don't try to move it at all, you know. So you're gonna say, show me yes. And you don't have to do this out loud. You can do this, you know, with telepathically through the mind. You don't have to say it out loud. Show me yes. And then I tell mine to stop. Sometimes you don't have to, so stop. Show me no. So that's the first thing you want to do. Show me yes, show me no. Most of them will be clockwise for yes, counterclockwise for no, but each pendulum is different and has its own personality, so you know, you don't always know what you're going to get. When I first went to get my first pendulum, I tried 3 pendulums. The first 2, the first 2 did not accept my energy, this one did. So after you do the yes, no, you're going to still holding it, you're going to say, do you accept my energy? And of course mine has, you know, weird vibe. This is baby. So, you know, you're going to get a yes or no if it accepts your energy, and then that's how you know, if you can take it home or not. So you're going to do that, and then that's just your traditional pendulums. Then there's the healing pendulum. So there are many different types of healing pendulums. You have, this is what I have, it's the Isis pendulum. You have the Osiris pendulum. You have the Mer-Isis pendulum, which is one of the most powerful pendulums. You have the Merkaba pendulum, which I kind of have my eye on. I think that is what I'm gonna get next. There's an energy spiral pendulum. There's the Eye of Ra pendulum. There's the Karnak pendulum. So these are all associated or involved in healing in some aspect. So something else that I left out with the traditional pendulums is you can use them for chakra readings. So also these healing pendulums do everything that a traditional pendulum does, but they're just also involved in healing. And you have to understand different things about the different types of pendulums. So another thing that you can do with your pendulums is a chakra reading. So I can say, show me which direction my throat chakra is moving. So sometimes if it's blocked, it won't move at all, or you'll see it like shaking, like the energy is stuck, it wants to get out, but it can't. You know, if it's going back and forth, it's like, I'm unsure, I don't know, or I don't care, you know. That's the energy, but you can also use it for chakra reading. So you don't have to, you know, go to a healer to do a chakra reading. You can do a reading on yourself, you know, every day, every morning, you know, just to check, you know, what's my heart space like, what's my head space like, what's my third eye like, where am I spiritually, you know. So you can do that also with the traditional pendulum. So the different healing pendulums, like some of them can connect you to your higher self. That's like the Merkaba pendulum. That's one that I think I'm gonna get next. And then some of them can just enhance your body's it can just enhance your vibration, just like wearing it. So some people wear around the neck. But then again, like I said, you have to understand what each pendulum is and what it does. Most of the healing pendulums are going to be either wood or metal, so that's like a dead giveaway that it's probably a healing pendulum. And then most healing pendulums, I haven't really seen them in many crystal shops, but I've seen them in spiritual shops. And then there's a couple of reputable online dealers that I'll put the links for those dealers in the description box. But these you can get online, you know, it's because they can be harder to find. Like the Eye of Ra, you're probably not gonna find that anywhere. You have to go online. So some of them also continue to emit radiation. So they need to be broken down. Like this breaks down into 3 pieces. I'm not gonna break it fully, but it breaks down and then this top piece comes off. And this will still work, you know, even if this isn't connected. But some of them you just have to know, because it can be emitting radiation when it's put all together. Like it's like energy, boom, it's just there. And if you, let's say you leave it by a plant, like you can kill your plant. Or if you leave it by the bed, you can really be harming yourself. So you need to really understand, you know, the different healing pendulums if you are going to work with them. Some of these are like shamans and shamaness work with these pendulums. So really understand what you have. So I have the Isis pendulum. This is an emotional and a mental pendulum. So basically it connects unconscious or subconscious energy of the body to the mind. And it can both send and transmit and receive energy. So it goes both ways. So you can both send and receive healing energy through this pendulum. And it radiates all frequencies of the light spectrum. It does everything, again, that a traditional pendulum does, but it sends like mental orders to the pendulum. The traditional pendulum does that too, but it's more powerful than this healing pendulum. So this has these rings on them, and the rings are amplifiers. So a traditional Isis pendulum is going to come with 4 rings. I have 6 rings. So when you get into, you know, the more than 4, then you start getting to the super Isis pendulum. So the highest so far is the 8 ring. It's the super Isis 8 ring pendulum. And you can use that to like connect with, you know, different earth realms. It's a very powerful pendulum. So the standard will come with 4. I have 6. And what these extra 2 do is increase the amplification of energy by about 70%. So I was working with this pendulum, healing an issue I'm having in my foot like 2 nights ago, and it was just, it was going crazy. And then of course it's the Isis pendulum. So for those of you that work with the deities and you understand and speak this language, you know, you're naturally going to work with Isis when you're working with this pendulum. So the next one I want though is the Merkaba pendulum. So if you guys don't know, or you haven't read The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, it's an amazing book. But the Merkaba is basically your bioenergy field, and there's like light generated from you by different sacred geometries that have different meanings. That's the best way I can describe it. So the Merkaba, Mer means light, Ka means spirit, and Ba means body. So the Merkaba pendulum helps you connect with your higher self, and then it carries the meaning and energy of like divine light. So I think that is probably going to be my next pendulum. So hopefully you guys learned something helpful from this video. Just understand that we have the ability to heal ourselves. You don't necessarily always have to go outside of yourself to heal yourself. Like, we have everything within us. You just need to understand certain things. So spirituality and like divination tools have been given this like spooky, esoteric, you know, vibration, and it doesn't have to be that complex. Like, just understand this is what our ancestors used. They were the shit, and I'm trying to be the shit too. So if you like this, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know I'm trying to reach my goal. I think we can do it. We're gonna celebrate together when we do it. But we're gonna reach a goal of 1,000 subscribers. That's what I'm going for. Hit the like button if you know people that are into this type of thing, or people that are, you know, going on a spiritual walk, because spirituality is becoming normal. It's so exciting. So share this with them, send this video to them. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and go ahead and hit that little notification bell so that you get the alert when I drop new videos. I appreciate my audience and your viewership, and until next time, keep healing.